What's up, guys? Welcome to the Backroad Driver channel. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Yesterday we released a video where we went to trade our GT350 for the GT500 and we changed our mind. We actually kept both cars. Now, I do want to say something. A lot of people started watching the video, saw that we were going to trade, and then they stopped watching, and they didn't see that we actually changed our mind and decided to keep both keep the GT350, buy the GT500. We have them both on the Backroad Driver channel now. The GT350 is up at Sam's house right now. He's probably out joyriding on it today. We did film some earlier today with the Wolf. Got up early when the air was still cool, and we were trying to get our quarter-mile time down, and we weren't successful today. I will show you some of that video here in just a second. We're still having a lot of trouble on the suspension of getting that all dialed in and getting it just right. We will figure it out. Even if we've got to do something extreme, we're gonna figure that out. And the goal for that truck is to get into the 10s on the quarter mile, which is tough on a 4-door truck. That'll be some pretty good company if we can get that down there. After I show you the Wolf footage on the quarter mile today, and it's squirrely, guys. We were all over the road today. It wasn't the safest run I've ever had. It was not the most dangerous run I've ever had, but it wasn't exactly fun today. So we've got some things to work out. We think because we're launching in 4-wheel drive, after we get up to speed in 4-wheel drive, it's getting squirrely. When I go out in 2-wheel drive and do the same speeds, I don't have that same shake, and the truck doesn't seem to float as much. So we've got to figure that out. We're gonna have to get some help. If you got any suggestions on that when you watch the video, let us know. After that video plays, we're actually gonna jump in the 500, go take a little joyride real quick. A few more things to talk about, a few more things to announce. Hey, if you're new to the channel and you came for the GT500, guys, we're a lot deeper than that. We've got the 350, the 500, an 18 Supercharged F150. Sam just got a 21 F150 that we're in the process of modding now. And yes, we've got the 96 Bronco in OJ White, and we're fixing to start doing mods on that, so that'll be a completely new build, and we'll do a ton off-road with that. So watch the whole video. You never know what you're gonna miss, because if you didn't watch the whole video when we bought this car, you missed some of the most important information. We actually flew the truck down to Mexico, so we're a long ways from home. We're gonna fly the truck back this evening, and that's where we finished the video back in Tennessee. So, you know, a lot of dedication and commitment here, guys, to get you this footage. If you're wondering where Sam's at, he did film with me this morning. He actually filmed quite a bit and helped me kind of get the truck lined up and get things figured out, but he's actually on the golf course this afternoon. And I'm gonna finish this one up in the GT500. Let's take a little ride, and I wanna tell you a few things that I've immediately noticed different as I've gotten a little bit of wheel time behind this. I mean, I did drive it some last night, but there are some differences between the 500 and 350 that are pretty obvious, but they make a big difference in the way that you drive them. So let's jump in here and get a ride in. So I did get to put about 100 miles on the car last night. It is a pleasure to drive. A lot different experience from the 350. I would say, even though you got quite a bit more horsepower, not being naturally aspirated, having the supercharger, having the 760 horsepower, it's still an easier car to drive. I love shifting the Tremec 6-speed in the 350. I love using the clutch, but it isn't as comfortable when you do just want to chill out and relax, maybe listen to a ball game while you drive down the road. So I gotta give, and this isn't a review necessarily on the 350 versus the 500, this is just my initial response on having a little bit of wheel time behind the 500 now, and I've got quite a bit on the 350 at this point. It's definitely a lot smoother just to jump in and go take a run, and it's quick. I did mention this in our test drive video, how crazy this thing is when you put it in track mode. So because of the tire compound, and then how cold it is right now, you don't throw the 500 in track mode and take off down the street. The tires are not warm enough. The ground's not warm enough. You really got to get them warmed up, because it definitely, when you turn all the nannies off in this thing, it is a lot of power. In the 350, I could throw it in track mode and rip around pretty good and stay pretty much under control. So little difference in the tires. These have Michelin 4S's on them, and the 350 has the Sport Cup 2s, which are actually a little more aggressive tire for racing. But I think the tires we switched to in the 350 had a lot more. They were better in wet weather. They were a whole lot better with it being a little cold right now. So I can see a tire upgrade coming for the 500 very soon. Let's rip down the road here. So I'm in normal mode, but I've got the suspension and track mode. Windows up. I'm gonna give it a little punch. Oh, guys, so okay, big difference in how visceral the 350 shifts are. They're mean. When you're way up there over 8,000 RPMs and you shift and you're doing 80 and you drop that gear down, like it jerks, and it's a whole nother level. This car, the shifts in this 7-speed DCT are extremely fast. It doesn't bark near as hard as the 350 when it shifts, but it does feel great. It's definitely a different experience, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun comparing the two because they both have things that they're better at. One being the driving style for the 350, and then the 500 just being a more relaxed, fast drive with way more power. About to hit a straight here. I'll flip the camera around and show you guys what this thing looks like ripping down a back road. And the brakes bite hard to back it up. I mean, unbelievable experience in this car. Pumped about bringing you more content in the 500. Guys, have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in the Miser brothers. Don't sleep on the end of the video, guys. You gotta watch the whole thing if you wanna see some of the best things that we do, because sometimes we put them at the very end. Now let's rip.